Hello and welcome to another video. This is update number 2 on my Tamiya 135 Challenger 2 build. I'm going to keep this short because I tried to film this a second ago, my camera ran out of memory, so I'm going to have to keep it short. Since the last video, what have I done? I've added some more details to the top, to the main hull. I've also completed building the turret, so actually the build is now complete. Bar sub-assembly parts which we'll get on added later on after painting, and obviously all the wheels will come off for painting. The tracks are separate, obviously just now they're over there. The barrels in the rear hull, there's a couple of bits, because obviously I had all them on, I'm not going to be able to paint all the details. So yeah, the turret, as I said, is complete. The gun did elevate quite nicely on those polycaps I mentioned in the previous video that are in here. However, you have to put this kind of rubber skirt bit on there, which you know, is fair enough, it's accurate to the real thing. But on the model, it then means that if you try and raise the gun, and it doesn't say, it puts too much pressure on it, and you can't raise it as far. I reckon in real life it must raise must elevate further than that, but there we go. It's going to be a static model anyway, so frankly if it didn't move at all, it's not the end of the world. It's in a natural position as it is, so that's fine. It's a nice detail though, really good detail. So what else? The commander's sights have all had a coat of Tamiya clear red, they might not be red in real life, but it just adds a little bit of interest. This sight here has had a mix of, I think it was a mix of red and green to make a kind of purpley colour, and the same on the scope in there. That turns around, it's actually on a poly cap, so that can come out, and there's a little poly cap in here. That's a nice little detail that spins around. The other main thing you'll notice is that the surface of this vehicle is now rough. Now this is what the kit plastic comes like, and I've roughed up the surface. And I got this idea from Rust 2471. And the way you do it, there's several different ways. You could apply a Mr. Surfacer or something, which might give you a slightly more in scale effect. It's a prominent feature of the Challenger 2, the anti-slip texture, but it's not really rough, so it's actually a little bit out of scale. But a couple of coats of paint and stuff, and it should dull down a little bit. And I don't have any Mr. Surfacer, and this was an easier way for me. So hey, what the hell. So it just involves putting some plastic glue in the area you want, taking a really stiff short bristle brush and stabbing away at it to get this rough, as you can see compared to that. I've seen some different vehicles where the entire surface has got the anti-slip. I've also seen others where the rear half of the turret here is not anti-slip, which I assume is because actually you shouldn't really walk on the area, because I don't know if they have it, but I know that Abrams tanks, this is the ammo storage under here, and I know that Abrams tanks have blow-off panels there, so that if obviously if the ammunition gets hit, it vents all the explosion but from behind the blast shield that's in here. So I don't know whether for some reason, you know, this is an area you don't walk or something. I could be wrong, I don't really know. But I saw a picture of a Challenger. Rear bit was smooth, so that's what I've gone with. Also because this is time consuming, I got bored of doing this. If we take this off somehow, come on, bloody thing. There we go. As you can see, I've also done it on the hull here. Again, I tried to find pictures of this area of the hull on a real tank to see if it has the anti-slip on it as well, and I couldn't find any. I assume it probably does because there are access panels here, and I assume that when the turret is like this, you have access to this area, and it looks hinged here as well, so I assume you can walk on there. It might have anti-slip, but again, I was getting a bit bored of doing it, and so I've decided to leave it off. Shoot me. I know that the engine deck here doesn't, so that's okay, but it does continue over the storage box tops and to the end there, so that's where I've done it. What else did I do? I trimmed down the front mud guards here because they were too long. They were the desert versions, and I'm doing a non-desertized version. I need to figure out some way of doing a slightly small rubber fender on the back as well, but I don't know how I'll do that, so I'll leave that till another time. As you can see, it's partly primed. I say partly because well, it is. My airbrush broke. The little nozzle thread, the thread of the little nozzle snapped as I was trying to take it off, because it's a cheap airbrush and evidently it just died. So until I can get another replacement, which could be a while because I don't have any money, then frankly I can't do any more on this because I'm not hand priming it because it's too big and flat, and yeah, I'm just not hand painting it. It's gonna wait till it gets airbrushed. So until I get another airbrush, this is staying on the shelf. But that's where I got to, and that's why I started another kit, which you will see in the next video. So until the next time, thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and you'll see more videos. You'll see, at some point, you'll see the continuation of this build. You'll see my next build, and also when I get around to finally completing the last figure for it, you'll see the final completion video of my N10 Achilles for the International Scale Modeler group build. Also for this, there is a thread, a work in progress thread over on ISM, the International Scale Modeler forum. The link for that thread, where there's more pictures of the build process up till now. If you're interested, over on the ISM thread, I'll put the link in the description. You can go and have a mooch at that as well. So until the next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks now. Bye.